Do you ever feel like you're running on an invisible treadmill? Every day you put in the effort, you move forward, but when you look around, you're still in the same spot. You have a job that's considered stable, and you have the material things that society uses as a yardstick for success. But deep down, you hear a whisper, an emptiness you can't quite name. Have you ever, in a fleeting moment amidst the rush of life, been struck by the thought that you might be living someone else's life? That the mask you wear every day has become too tight, and your soul is gasping for a breath of fresh air? The air of freedom, the air of simply being yourself. If your answer is yes, even just a little, then today's video is for you. Today, we aren't just going to review a book. We are going to embark on a journey together. A journey to find our way back to our true selves, to reshape our destiny, and to discover the real meaning of life. Our guide on this expedition is the incredible Robin Sharma, through one of his most profound and heart-touching works, The Three Great Masters. Now, this book isn't a dry, theoretical manual. It's a story, a modern-day fable about a man named Jack Valentine, a perfectly ordinary name for a perfectly ordinary life, until the day the universe decided it was time for him to wake up. Readers all over the world have said that The Three Great Masters is like a detailed map for lost souls. It doesn't just show you the exit, it shows you the path to turn your own life into a masterpiece. So pour yourself a warm cup of tea, find a quiet corner, and let's step into Jack Valentine's journey together. We're going to discover who these three great masters are, and what lessons they gave Jack and us to live a life of true happiness and success. Our journey begins with Jack Valentine. Jack is a reflection of so many of us. He has a stable job at an advertising agency, owns a car, and lives in a cozy apartment. On the surface, his life is calm, a straight line. But you know, sometimes the straightest roads are the most boring ones. Jack was living, but he wasn't truly alive. He existed. He went to work and he came home, but the fire of passion and joy within him seemed to have been extinguished long ago. And then, what we often call a crisis happened. On one fateful Monday morning, a truck crashed into Jack's car. A horrific collision, a week in a coma, a miraculous survival. Do you believe in turning points? The psychologist Carl Jung once said, "Where love rules, there is no will to power. And where power predominates, their love is lacking. The one is the shadow of the other." Sometimes, life has to use the strongest impacts to shatter the shadow of our superficial existence so that we can find the light of love for ourselves. The accident was the universe's wake-up call for Jack. It was like a sharp, clear message. Hey, you, stop. Take a look at the road you're on. Is it really leading you where you want to go? And right there in the hospital, in that fragile moment between life and death, the first teacher appeared. But he didn't appear as a wise sage. He appeared as a patient in the next bed. An old man in his 70s, his body weak, but his eyes radiating a rare wisdom. This man, Jack would later learn, was his father, Cal, the father he had longed to see for so many years. But this reunion was tinged with the sorrow of farewell. Cal shared the story of his life, a life full of material success. He built a timber empire and earned millions of dollars. He had everything people dream of. But he made a mistake that so many of us are making right now. And here is the first lesson the book delivers. Cal spoke of life as a juggling act. He said, "Life is always giving us balls to juggle, son. You have to know which balls are made of rubber and which are made of glass." Just imagine this. The career. Ball, it's made of rubber. If you accidentally drop it, it will bounce back. You might lose this job, but you'll find another. You might fail on this project, but you'll get another chance. But the family, health, friends, and spirit balls, those are made of glass. If you drop one of them, it won't bounce back. It will shatter, or at the very least, it will be scuffed, cracked, and never be the same again. Are you spending too much time polishing the rubber ball while neglecting your fragile glass balls? Cal's confession is a priceless lesson. He was so obsessed with his career ball that he dropped his family ball. His awakening came when his family fell apart and his career collapsed. He realized a simple yet profound truth. The richest and happiest person isn't the one who has the most, but the one who needs the least. Before passing away from cancer, Cal left Jack an invaluable inheritance, not money or stocks, but a letter and 3 plane tickets. 3 tickets to 3 different cities to meet 3 teachers. It was his final gift, a guide for the most important journey of Jack's life, the journey to find himself. And so, from the ashes of an old life, Jack Valentine began a new chapter. First destination, the Eternal City, Rome. Jack arrives in Rome, carrying the pain of loss and a profound confusion about his future. Here, amidst the ancient Colosseums and 1,000-year-old streets, he meets his first teacher, Father Mike. Father Mike doesn't preach lofty philosophies. He asks a simple question that cuts straight to the soul. Why is it that people today, despite having more material abundance, feel more numb and empty than ever before? His answer, my friends, is the key that unlocks the first door on the healing journey. He says, because we have lost the connection to our inner selves. Does this resonate with you? From the time we are small children, we are programmed to disconnect from ourselves. Stop crying, it's not attractive. Don't laugh so loud, it's rude. You have to be this way, you have to be that way, for mommy and daddy to love you. We slowly come to believe that to be loved and accepted, we must behave the way others want us to. We give up our dreams of being an artist or a poet because the adults tell us that's a fantasy, you can't make a living from it. Instead, we choose the safe path of a lawyer, a doctor, or an engineer, paths that society has rolled out the red carpet for. And so, we begin to wear a mask. Every day, that mask gets a little thicker. We suppress our true feelings and deny our true desires. And little by little, the voice of our authentic self grows weaker and then falls silent. We stand in a crowd yet feel utterly alone. We fear being different because thinking and acting like everyone else feels safe. This is a sad truth confirmed by many psychologists. They call it self-betrayal. We borrow a lifestyle from others, and then, unconsciously, we impose that same pattern on our children, creating a generational cycle of disconnection. But Father Mike points out a second, more active reason. We don't just deny our dreams. We also deny the hidden, imperfect parts of ourselves, our shadow self. Have you ever felt jealous of someone else's success? Have you ever lost control when you were angry? What's our typical reaction? To hide it, to deny it. I'm not that kind of person. But Father Mike says that when you deny a part of yourself, you are denying your whole self. How can you fix a machine if you don't admit that a part of it is broken? How can we become better if we don't dare to face the parts of us that are not yet good? And the most ironic part of all, we even deny our own beautiful qualities. We don't believe in our own abilities. We downplay our own strengths. I probably can't do it. I'm not good enough. So where is the way out? Father Mike gave Jack 3 powerful tools to reconnect with his inner world. And these are practical exercises that you and I can apply today. Tool number 1. Define your top 5 core values. Pause for a moment. Take a piece of paper and write it down. What truly matters to you in this life? Freedom? Love? Contribution? Creativity, peace. When you know your value compass, you will no longer get lost among choices. You will know what to say yes to and have the courage to say no. Every decision will become so much easier. Tool number 2, keep a daily journal. The writer Anna Nin famously said, "We write to taste life twice, in the moment and in retrospect." In the moment and in retrospect. Writing isn't just about recording events. Writing is about having a conversation with yourself. Write down your thoughts, your feelings, your fears, your gratitude. When you pour everything onto the page, you see your true self more clearly, and negative emotions are released. Tool number 3, practice emotional acceptance. If you're sad, allow yourself to cry. If you're angry, look deeply into it and find its root cause. Most of our negative emotions come from a single error in perception. This is a quote I want you to remember. We don't see the world as it is. We see it as we are. This means we see everything through the lens of our past experiences, our beliefs, and our wounds. A piece of feedback can be interpreted as criticism. A moment of silence can be misunderstood as indifference. When you realize this, instead of suppressing the emotion, you can change your thoughts, and the emotion will naturally stabilize. Father Mike concluded his lesson with a powerful sentence. The gateway to happiness opens inward, not outward. Jack left Rome with the first gate opened. He understood that to build a new life, he had to start with the strongest foundation, his own inner world. Leaving the ancient grandeur of Rome behind, Jack flies to the tropical paradise of Hawaii. Here, amidst the blue sea, white sand, and golden sun, he meets his second teacher, Mo. Mo is the complete opposite of a successful businessman. He lives alone in a simple, thatched hut, and his greatest assets are a flower garden, an old bicycle, and a surfboard. Many people would think he's crazy for giving everything up to live such a life. But Mo once had it all. The private jet, the mansion, the supercars. He once stood at the pinnacle of fame and fortune. And it was from that peak that he realized a truth. He tells Jack, no matter how glamorous your possessions are, a chaotic inner world will always prevent a person from feeling happiness. The greatest treasure isn't in a bank vault. It's in your own heart. The philosopher, Ralph Waldo Emerson, said something similar. Without a rich heart, wealth is an ugly beggar. In Hawaii, Mo showed Jack 4 paths to find this treasure of happiness. Path number 1, learn to embrace forgiveness. Every one of us has scars from the past. Someone who hurt us, a mistake we made that hurt someone else. These burdens are like stones we tie to our own feet, preventing us from moving forward. Forgiveness, according to Mo, is not an act for the other person. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. Mark Twain wrote a beautiful line, "Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it." Mo explains that when someone hurts you, their action often stems from one of 2 things, either fear of scarcity, fear of abandonment, or a distorted form of love, wanting to protect someone in the wrong way. When we understand this root cause, it becomes easier to empathize and let go. We are only on this planet for a very short time. Why should we torment ourselves by holding on to grudges? Path 2, live with gratitude and mindfulness. Here is a paradox of life. We have so much to be grateful for, yet our minds focus only on what we lack. Gratitude, according to studies in positive psychology, has the power to rewire your brain. When you actively look for the good, your brain forms a habit of noticing the positive things around you. Try this tonight. Before you go to sleep, think of 3 things you were grateful for today. They don't have to be big things. It could be a delicious meal, a conversation with a friend, or simply the warmth of the sun on your skin. And most importantly, Live fully in the present moment. The Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh calls this mindfulness. When you eat, know that you are eating. When you walk, know that you are walking. As you listen to this video, truly listen. Don't let your mind wander to the past or worry about the future. Happiness can only be found right here, right now. Path number 3. Reconnect with your heart's passion. Mo asks Jack a question that stuns him. When you were a little boy, before the world told you who you should be, what did you dream of? What about you? Do you remember your fire? What used to make your heart sing? Maybe it was drawing, playing music, writing, or exploring new lands. Where did we bury those passions? Ask yourself, if money were no object, what would I do with my time? Listen to the answer that comes from your heart. Sometimes, passion isn't some grand epic thing. It's simply the activities that bring you joy and a sense of being truly alive. Make time for them, even if it's just 15 minutes a day. Path number 4. Master your life through the 4 stages. Mo revealed a roadmap for turning this knowledge into instinct. Stage 1. Unconscious incompetence. We don't know what we don't know. We live in a fog. Stage 2. Conscious incompetence. We realize our shortcomings. We know we're lost. This is the beginning of change. Stage 3. Conscious competence. We actively work to change. We practice gratitude. We meditate. This stage requires a lot of willpower and struggle. Stage number 4. Unconscious competence. This is the pinnacle. Good habits have become a part of who you are. You live happily and peacefully by nature, without effort. To reach stage 4, the secret is to shift from trying to control life to being curious about life. Accept that we cannot predict the future. But no matter what challenges or adversities come, trust that they are here to teach us a lesson and to help us grow. Thomas Carlyle said, "Adversity is the diamond dust heaven polishes its jewels with." Embrace adversity, for it is a gift. Jack left Hawaii with a heart full of peace and a deep understanding of happiness. He had his inner compass. He had the recipe for joy. Now it was time to bring it all into the real world. From the tranquility of Hawaii, Jack travels to its complete opposite, New York City, the financial capital of the world, where everyone seems to be in a hurry, always competing. Here in a skyscraper, he meets his final teacher, Tess. Tess is not a monk or a hermit. She is the CEO of a top brokerage firm. But she possesses a radically different philosophy of business and life. Tess is the final piece of the puzzle, helping Jack understand how to harmonize his inner life with outer success. Tess's lesson is encapsulated in 3 golden principles. Principle number 1. Trust and sincerity are the keys to all relationships. Tess shares a fascinating fact. The electromagnetic field produced by the human heart is 5,000 times more powerful than the field produced by the brain. Whether you believe in science or not, the message is clear. People can feel your sincerity. You can use clever words and sophisticated communication skills, but if it doesn't come from a genuinely caring heart, the other person will sense the fakeness. In business, as in life, build all your relationships on a foundation of sincerity and a desire to bring good to others. That is the strongest foundation for a lasting connection. Principle number 2. True success and wealth come from creating value for others. This is perhaps the most important lesson Tess taught. She says, making money is important, but it's not the primary driver. The fundamental purpose of business and of life is to help others find meaning, joy, and success through what we do. This philosophy is the guiding star of legendary entrepreneurs like Kazuo Inamori of Kyocera. Before doing anything, he would always ask himself, does this truly come from a desire to help the community, to create value for society? You don't have to be a CEO to apply this. Whether you are a salesperson, a plumber, or a stay-at-home parent, ask yourself, how can my work bring the most value to others? When you focus on giving, wealth and success will naturally come to you as an inevitable consequence. U.S. President Woodrow Wilson once said it beautifully. You are not here merely to make a living. You are here in order to enable the world to live more amply, with greater vision, with a finer spirit of hope and achievement. You are here to enrich the world, and you impoverish yourself if you forget the errand. Principle number 3. The only person you need to compete with is the person you were yesterday. The win-lose mentality of competition is ingrained in us from childhood. We are always being compared and always afraid of falling behind. But Tess points out that this mentality comes from fear and a scarcity mindset. The fear that there isn't enough in the world for everyone. The truth is that this universe is abundant and has room for all of us to shine. Instead of looking left and right, focus on your own path. Strive to be better today than you were yesterday, even if it's just by 1%. That is the only sustainable growth, and it's what brings true peace. Finally, Tess gave Jack a 5-step blueprint to turn any dream into reality. Step 1. Clarify your goals. The clearer and more detailed they are, the easier they are to achieve. Write them down. Step 2. Develop a strategy. This is the formula to connect your dream to your actions. What will you do every day, every week, to get closer to your goal? Step 3. Commit to the end. There will be hard times. There will be times you want to quit. Your commitment is the lighthouse that keeps you on course. Remember the eye-opening saying, "We lack the patience to work 3 years to build our own business, but we have the patience to work 40 years for someone else." Step 4. Evaluate your results. Constantly track your progress to know if you're on the right track and to make timely adjustments. Step 5. Celebrate your achievements. Don't forget to acknowledge and celebrate the small wins. This will refuel your motivation and joy for the long journey ahead. Jack left New York, no longer a victim of circumstance, but an architect ready to design the life of his dreams. He had all the tools, inner understanding, the secret to happiness, and a blueprint for action. And so, our journey with Jack Valentine comes to an end. But I believe that your journey and mine has only just begun. The Three Great Masters is not just a book, it's a mirror that reflects our true selves and our deepest desires. The teacher in Rome taught us, go inward and reconnect with your soul, because all great change begins with an inner revolution. The teacher in Hawaii taught us that true happiness is not a destination, it's a way of life. Live with forgiveness, gratitude, and passion in every moment. The teacher in New York taught us that the meaning of life is found in contribution. Turn your work and your life into a legacy, a valuable gift to leave for the world. 3 teachers, 3 pieces of a puzzle, creating a complete picture of a life worth living. A strong inner world, a happy heart, and a life of contribution. This book is loved by so many because it doesn't preach, it tells a story. That story touches upon the big questions that every one of us has pondered. It's practical, relatable, and deeply applicable. My dear friend, each of us came into this world with our own destiny and our own unique song to sing. Don't let the worries and pressures of daily life make you forget your own melody. Jack's journey is over, but the legacy of the 3 masters is still here, waiting for you to discover and apply it to your own life. Before we finish, I want to ask you one question. Of the 3 major lessons today, connecting with your inner self, finding true happiness, and living a life of contribution, Which one resonated with you the most at this moment? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to read and learn from your stories. If you found value in this video, please don't hesitate to give it a like to give me more motivation. Share it with a friend who you think might need a little nudge or guidance. Most importantly, hit that subscribe button for book-smart insights and the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future journeys into wisdom. Thank you for listening and for staying with me until the very end. I wish you a brilliant journey ahead, one of finding and living as your most wonderful self. Goodbye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.